Hi, my name's Stephen Manning and I'm the CEO here at LMI Group. And today what we'll be doing is running through one of the LMI Group e-services, namely ContinuityCoach. Now, before we get started, I would like to apologise for the film quality today. We are in lockdown here in Australia due to COVID-19 and I have been forced to set up a mini film studio here in my garage. I'm far from a set designer and even further from a lighting expert. So again, please forgive me and let's get to it. Now, continuity planning and continuity coach are far from new things. And the benefits of having a continuity plan or a fully documented and exercised continuity plan are proven. The only issue with your typical standard continuity plan is that it is out of the reach, or it tends to be out of the reach of your SME businesses. And that comes back to the all-important dollar. Continuity plans cost typically tens of thousands of dollars to have completed, and it just does not become viable for a small, medium business to go and spend that sort of money for a continuity plan. And that is why we develop ContinuityCoach, to put it in the hands of your small to medium enterprise, costing only a couple of $100 a plan. ContinuityCoach is a step-by-step process with coaching that walks you through the process, and following a framework of best standards develops a continuity plan. It is important to note, however, the plan is only going to be as good as what you put in, garbage in, garbage out, that old saying. So take some time, go through the plan, think about the impacts of each of the questions on your business, and you're sure to have a much more resilient business at the end of completing your plan. Okay, so with that said, let's have a look at the system and see perhaps what it can do for you and your business. So ContinuityCoach consists of two elements. The first is a step-by-step framework, which when followed allows you to develop your very own continuity plan. Second, as the name would suggest, is a coaching element. Now that provides insights into each of those questions, explaining what they're asking and what they mean, as well as giving you some guidance into things to consider before answering each of the questions. And it's a combination of these two elements which makes ContinuityCoach so unique. Now, supporting this is a user management system designed to fit every situation. So if you want one plan and one plan alone, it is not going to be an issue for ContinuityCoach. And likewise, if you wish to share and manage a number of plans on behalf of third-party businesses, you can do so all from this handy dashboard. You can also manage subscriptions available to you, provide promo codes, set up accounts for third-party businesses, and revoke access where needed, all from this admin dashboard. It really couldn't be easier. Now, let's have a quick look at the steps involved in creating your own continuity plan. And here's one we prepared earlier. So the first stage in ContinuityCoach is the development of your organizational settings. Now, this has been done to save you time later on, as well as provide a singular location in which you can manage all this data. It begins by asking you to create a business profile, which then allows the system to tailor all outputs to your business. Moving forward, it asks you then to input all your internal and external contacts, including strategic third parties and strategic crisis experts. Before you get too worried about becoming a data entry expert, the system provides you a number of templates in Excel, which can be completed offline and drag and dropped into the system. Again, to save you time. Now, once all that information's in there, you can assign tasks as well as teams to individuals. Once completed, you then are provided with a business continuity policy and program. The policy and program can be downloaded and shared with customers and suppliers. It allows you to demonstrate that your business is one that embraces best practice and does so without giving away any personal or sensitive information. More and more, we're seeing businesses are contractually obligated to have a business continuity plan. This document allows you to evidence that you have one. Now, with the policy and program in tow, we can go ahead and start creating our business continuity plan. As mentioned earlier, every business is different, and accordingly will have different business continuity requirements. Some businesses, one plan will be more than enough, whereas others may need multiple plans, be it for different departments or different locations. In this particular case, my mythical company has 3 plans. It's very easy to add another one by clicking this button here, or you can clone an existing plan, which saves you time by making it only necessary to make those tweaks rather than creating that plan from scratch. What we'll do is we'll just select our head office location and go through and continue to see the system. We land on the dashboard. Now, the dashboard is a presentation and monitoring platform, which graphically represents risk, allowing for meaningful decisions to be made. Now, each of the elements available on this dashboard become available to you at varying points throughout the process of completing your risk assessment and continuity plan, which are broken into 2 sections on the left here. Now, the enterprise risk management and business continuity management sections are independent of each other. So what that means is you can jump straight through and complete the business continuity plan and skip that risk management section. Before doing so, please note that it is our strong belief that the best results are gained by first completing the risk assessment. To do so, select the enterprise risk management section and go through each of these stages step by step. What we'll do today, however, is jump straight through to the risk assessment. Now, each of the risks has been broken into a subcategory for your convenience. Now, by selecting and starting at the top, you select each of the risks, which bring up a coach's comment, which complement every question through the system. You can now read, understand each of those risks and assess the exposure to your business. If it is indeed an exposure, select the likelihood of it occurring, the loss value, and then the system. And what's unique about the system, it's going to give you the annualized risk value. So rather than being a 1 in 10 year chance at $250,000, our business is carrying $25,000 a year of risk. Now, what better information than that to truly make meaningful decisions around mitigating that loss or accepting it or what have you. At the end of this process, we are given an insurance and risk report. Primarily populated by that risk assessment information, you get the insurance and risk report, of course, all in a package with your company profile prevalent throughout. Now, this document can be used for a number of reasons, but the primary one is to allow a document for you to present your findings to third parties, be it a management team, a board, or in many cases, your insurance broker, keeping in mind that it's got your likelihood, severity, and an annualized risk, as well as a mitigation strategy. It's a nice, tidy way of handing it to your insurance broker. They get great insights into your business and also a list of risks that you have elected insurance as a mitigation strategy, so they can go off and start getting some quotes. It does take some time to go through that risk assessment stage, but well worth it if you do so. Now, once that's completed, you can jump on through to that continuity planning area. Of course, it is independent, but I do recommend you take the time to do that risk assessment. Now, the business continuity management aspect of the site is just like every other in that it's a follow the bouncing ball approach to each of the screens. Simply read the question, read the coach's comment, which complements every single screen. Once you understand it, answer it, and move on. Now, we ask you to build 3 teams within the system: a crisis management team, long-term response, an emergency response team, short-term immediate response, and an IT team, because you always need IT. Those teams are all identified, the contact details are there, but most importantly, each of the members in that team knows what they're meant to do should something occur. They know their role, they know their place, and we can all be very proactive and productive immediately rather than having that downtime, which is really where we can make that difference. Is if we can get active very, very quickly and get moving, the impact of the business is tenfold reduced. Now, we go through the screens step by step, identifying parties, assessing the exposures to different departments in the organization, and effectively trying to identify the pain points or the pressure points within our organization so that we can figure out how to alleviate those so that should a disaster or an event occur, that the business can either recover quicker or continue along without that impacted department or process. So that is, I guess, in the nutshell, what the continuity planning system does. So simply go through it, read the question, read the coach's comments, answer accordingly. And at the end of the process, you are going to have a fully documented and compliant continuity plan that may just save your business should something occur. Now, the plan, beyond having our company logo and all our valuable recovery information, is available to us online. So that means we can get access to it anytime, anywhere. Now, that cannot be overstated when you think that disasters rarely happen when it's a convenient time. So you've always got access to your recovery plan. You know what to do, and you can activate it wherever you are in the world. So the continuity plan is really, really handy and available at any time. You have a document library where you can load your insurance program, recovery strategies, all sorts of bits and pieces there, where you can really host your entire risk management platform in one easy to access location, which is available to you as part of the site as well. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for your time. If you'd like to learn more about LMI Business Continuity Coach, please reach out to one of the friendly team at LMI who would be only too happy to help. Until then, take care.